We're having a really lazy day today. I think it's like 5:30. Oh. And as you can see, I'm in a bathrobe. The dogs are laying around too. I've just been watching TV. Michael left for work at like 2:30. But I've been really sick the last couple of days, just with a bad cold, I guess. But I've been miserable. Let's see. Today's Tuesday. So I am 29 weeks and 3 days today. So I figured I'd do just a quick update. And what is it? What is it? I went to the doctor yesterday. What? He thinks he's big and bad. I went to the doctor yesterday and did my 1 hour glucose test. So if you don't know what that is, you basically have to drink, you have 5 minutes to drink this really thick, sugary, cough syrup like Kool-Aid drink. The one they gave me was cherry. It's very, very sugary. And you can't, well, they didn't tell me I couldn't eat or drink beforehand, but I didn't. All I had was water before, and I didn't eat anything. But so you have 5 minutes to drink that, and then 1 hour later you go back and they draw your blood and test your glucose levels to make sure that your insulin can handle that sugary intake, to test for gestational diabetes. So I failed that glucose test, unfortunately, which sucks. But they did say that it's relatively common for people to fail the first one. So I go back in a week and I do a 3-hour glucose test. So he said that 85% of people, if they fail the 1 hour, then they'll pass the 3 hour. So I'm not too concerned about it, but I still don't want to have to do it. So it's basically the same thing, but you do it repetitively 3 times. So you go in, you have 5 minutes to drink the drink. You go back 1 hour later, they draw your blood and test your glucose levels. Then immediately after you drink, you have 5 minutes to drink the drink again, and then 1 hour later you go back and they test your levels. Then you have to drink the drink again, and then 1 hour later you go back and they'll test your levels, and then you'll get your results after that. So I'm basically I have to go in at 8 on Tuesday, and then I'll be done at like 11ish, and then I have to just stay in town, which, by the way, my doctor's like an hour away, pretty much, because it's all the way in Jackson. But so I'm just gonna stay over that way, and then I see my doctor at 2 o'clock that afternoon for the results and stuff. So I'm hoping that goes well. I'm not too worried about it. I just really don't want to have to do it. So other than that, they said everything looks good. My weight is good. I'm sorry, I've been so sick. I can't breathe. And her heart rate was 140, which has been consistently 140 pretty much this whole pregnancy. Sit down. And I think that's really it. I haven't had a whole lot of changes. She has moved more in the last week than she has this entire pregnancy. Seriously. Like, she's constantly awake now, I feel like. Especially still at night. She's awake like all night, moving around. but I can actually feel her. Before I could just feel her like rolling, I guess, like switching positions, and now I can actually feel her like kick me here and there, and all that stuff. So she's been moving a lot more. I'm having the biggest struggle getting comfortable at night. They say sleep on your left side, but really I can't get comfortable on either side. So it's been really hard to get to sleep, especially with me being sick. I usually just like lay there awake at night and try to get comfortable. Last night was really bad. I know a part of it had to do with me being sick, so I just have those like body aches, but I'm not sure what it was from, but my hips and my lower back last night were absolutely in the most pain I have ever felt. It wasn't like a sharp pain either. It was really like a really strong aching pain. And I guess I know a lot of it did have to do with me being sick, but it was horrible. I could not get comfortable. I had my big pregnancy pillow wrapped around me, which kind of helped, but oh my goodness. Other than that, I don't think I have any updates. I'll be 30 weeks on Saturday. So it is crunch time, guys. Like, for real. We're almost down to single-digit weeks until she is here, and it is insane. So my baby shower is coming up in a couple of weeks. I'm really excited about that. I'm finally in the 3rd trimester, which I have been, I guess, for like 2 weeks now, but it is in the home stretch of the last 2.5 months or less before she's here. And it's really real. Like, it's really hitting me. My doctor also said, I told them I haven't seen her on the ultrasound since 15 weeks because my anatomy scan at 18 weeks at my actual OB, she wouldn't cooperate. I was in there for like an hour and she would not show herself. So, hi. He said, I asked when I would have another one, and he was like, well, we actually have to come up with a medical excuse for you to have another ultrasound. I thought, quit. Ow, stop. I thought that I would have another one like sometime after 30 weeks, and he said, no, we have to come up with an excuse. Like, you have to have a reason to have another one. Stop. So, he said even though he is not concerned at all about my weight, that he was going to stop. He was going to write down, ew, gross. What is that? Quit. I think it's just a scratch on him. He is going to write down that there was an increase in my weight gain, and get off me. And so I could have another ultrasound. So, next Tuesday at my 2 o'clock appointment, when I go back in for my glucose results, I am going to have another ultrasound because I told him I was so afraid that it's going to be a boy. Like, they're going to be like, no, just kidding. 15 weeks was wrong. It's really a boy. So I'm really excited about that, to see her again. I guess that'll be the last one, the last ultrasound before she's here. I guess unless something else happens between now and then. And I think after this next week's appointment for my test, I think I start going every 2 weeks until 36 weeks, and then after that you go once a week. So it is really, really getting close to time, and I'm so excited, but it's getting real, and I'm nervous. But that's my 29-week update. I didn't mean for it to be this long. But I will update you guys with my glucose test on Tuesday. Is today Tuesday? Yeah. So that is exactly 1 week from today. I'll update you guys with that, and hopefully it all goes well. Bye. Even though I'm sick, just to prove to you guys that I'm not completely lazy all the time. So here, I actually showered. My hair is dripping wet right now. But I thought I would do a, it's like 6:30 at night, by the way. I'm just now showering for the day. And I'm gonna try to clean up the house a little bit, but I mean, I'm not in really a hurry because I don't have anything to do for the night, but I was gonna do a 29-week belly update. Super round, and this tank top's just really big and flowy, but it's really comfortable. And the shorts are really comfortable as well. I have actually been doing pretty good with stretch marks. I'm getting a few right here. Here's with my shirt up. She's getting so big. And right here I'm getting some, but I'm trying to keep them as moisturized as possible with stretch mark cream. And that's really the only stretch marks I'm getting on my stomach. I'm getting horrible stretch marks on my boobs. But other than that, and I've always had stretch marks on my legs, I feel like, but that's really it. So that is my 29-week update, and I will update you guys again when I go to the doctor next week.